Good morning. Tie.
No.
That was totally a tie.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I won. Thanks. Thanks for acknowledging.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself to make it through the day. You know?
I have to tell myself a lot.
Bay.
Does anybody else have a case of the moon days today?
The moon days.
The moon days.
Not
Seems
really.
Like some, no?
No.
You feel spry? Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed?
I feel alright.
You just feel all right?
Better than yesterday or the day before, so.
All right, so you've got the case of the Mondays, where, like, some people have the case of, like, moon days.
I have a case of it's today.
So what you're saying is you're living in the present moment?
Yes.
Sounds like a crack. Definitely sounds like a crack.
Ain't much going on. I don't know. What do we normally talk about here? Anyways.
The weather.
It's humid.
Saturday, we've got Bhakti.
Yeah.
Do you know what Bhakti is? Do people know what Bhakti is?
Some people do.
Some people do.
The people that come to Bhakti generally know.
Yes, yeah. So Bhakti is the devotional yoga practice. So it is a element of yoga. And how we do it here, because we are an interfaith community, we practice all kinds of things. Usually there's some chanting, maybe some singing. You don't have to sing. You don't even have to chant. Sometimes there's swaying or dancing in the use of instruments. It's kind of like a celebration. Yay, we're happy we're in these bodies. Thank you to the divine. That's how I feel when I'm practice Bhakti. It's like, it just, it feels happy. It feels exciting. Celebratory.
Hooray!
Yeah. So there's no party hats.
Well, maybe we should make some party hats.
Speaking of party hats, we've been talking a lot about doing some parties.
Parties.
If you want to invite us.
Yeah.
And we could do some card readings and energy readings and Reiki or yoga.
And this will not be my demeanor.
Welcome to the party.
Come to my parties. My parties are the best.
Well, you'd have a party hat on. Like the cone and
okay,
the strappy
so we're not
thing.
doing parties anymore.
Oh. Just kidding. I'm kidding about the hats.
Anyways. Tuesday. Release and Restore Yoga.
Yeah. Bonus. Well, we got a couple bonuses this week.
Bonus?
You're going to be... I think I just sprayed water everywhere. Sometimes I don't know how to use a straw. Anyways, what are you doing tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, Paul?
At 8:30.
At 8:30. I've been so sorry. I've been telling everybody 8 o'clock for weeks.
And then they show up and no one's there. At 8:30 every Tuesday morning, I'm at Pura Vida in Toledo doing Qigong. And starting Wednesday, I will be at Holistic Hands every Wednesday at 5 p.m. teaching Qigong.
And then Thursday at 6 p.m., I'll be at Pura Vida teaching Release and Restore Yoga with Reiki. So if you're one of the people who don't like driving to White House, meet me in Toledo.
Shame on you. Oh,
we were going there. Shame on you. And
it's a beautiful drive.
You can find me in Toledo.
Oh.
It is a beautiful drive.
I got a good neck
I heard
pop.
that. I think the neighbors heard it.
I think maybe it was caught on camera.
I saw the mic go boop. Anyways,
let's look at what our chakra energy is for the week. At least what we should be focusing on.
We had fun on Friday to reflect. We had our first sober night out. Yeah. I made some mocktails. I used to love making drinks back when I was an alcoholic, but now that I'm not, I still like making drinks, but I miss making them for people. So this kind of brought that side of me back without the slurring of my words and uncontrollable crying and saying angry things. But yeah, we have another one coming up in November if you'd like to join us.
This has been
too.
coming up a lot.
Workaholic, those raisins.
These raisin people.
I'm gonna hold it closer so they can
okay.
also experience
The raisin
raisins.
people.
Yeah. Paint and raisins.
So, well, one of them's a grape still. The other one's
true.
a raisin.
Yeah.
Throat chakra as I yawn. So this week, what we need to pay attention to is what we tell ourselves about what we're doing. And by that, I mean, say you have something that you want to get done and you tell yourself it has to be done, but you have all these other things. It's going to be a good time this week to sit back and reflect on what you really need to do versus what you want to have done and out of your way. Because when we start telling ourselves that things have to be done and they have to be done in this time frame, we start kicking in our fight or flight, like everything needs to be completed by this second of this day, otherwise the world's gonna end. But really, you can just take it easy. At least make it easier on yourself. Don't yell at yourself and beat yourself up and get frustrated because you can't accomplish in a scheduled time frame that you created for yourself. So sometimes it's good to have deadlines and sometimes it's good to just sit back. And this week, let's focus on sitting back a little bit.
I'm not good at that.
You got 3 seconds to continue talking.
Well, so I have a message that I'll be sharing maybe today. I'll record a full video on this, but for years I've been hearing this phrase, healing at home. And I don't think I really got it until yesterday when I didn't make any plans yesterday, no plans. And I dedicated my whole day to organizing and cleaning and getting the house like where I wanted it to be that made it easy. So like I can go out and live my life, but then I can come home and not feel like, oh, I have the dishes to do, I have to do this, or where's this? Like everything is organized and put together. So like my home, my living space is the least of my concern. And I realized that that's what I need in order to mentally feel well, because I am somebody who likes to create all kinds of tasks and projects and all the things, but then I neglect my home, and then my home ends up kind of, turning into, as my mother would say, a pigsty. But that's something that I'm learning is...
Do you think you're alone in the pigsty thing?
No.
You think your mom's the only one?
Yeah, I thought she invented that phrase. To quote my mother, it's stitched on a pillow somewhere. But yeah, I mean, like, why would we, like, working on our home should be with joy and gratitude, not, oh, I have to do this. Same thing with like spending time with our children. Like sometimes like, oh, I gotta go pick my son up from school, or I gotta, but then once I'm like there and I'm with him, then I'm like, well, this is the best thing ever,
Yeah, it's like when I have to feed the cats.
Oh man, got cats to feed. Oh boy, I got cats. That's pretty great.
Yep.
Anyways. Stay tuned. I'll share more on this maybe today.
Stay tuned, folks. She'll share more on this later in the day.
Thanks for the commentary.
Commentary provided by Paul.
Brought to you by Paul Norris. Spiritual Intuit.
Are you into it?
Oh my goodness. Can we please make that commercial for you?
No.
Are you into it? And then you got to look at the camera with like one eye. Yeah, like that. But you have to take your glasses off because then you can't see it. It's just reflection. It's just glare.
Maybe that's what you saw, but
Anyways,
I saw more.
Leave the directing to me. I'll take care of it.
Do you even know what you're doing?
No.
You ready? Everybody ready? See a show of hands.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay.
Knight of Pentacles.
Okay.
Ace of Wands.
Okay.
Two of Wands. Oh,
So,
man.
let's start this out. Here, hand that to the camera. The Knight of Pentacles is going hand in hand with the workaholic thing. We often feel this drive to move forward with everything that we're working on at all times, and it can cause us a whole lot of stress. And the reversal of the Nine of Pentacles is a significant or a signifier of that stress. We don't feel like we're getting anywhere even though we're moving forward, because we don't see any progress because we're so focused on the next action and the next action and the next action. And we don't take time to slow down and contemplate, move steadily instead of swiftly through things. That coupled with the Ace of Wands, however, as we move through the energy of the week, we are possibly going to find ourselves some new ideas or new things that we're passionate about. Some of us will find people, some of us will find places, and some of us will find things. Get it? People, places, and things.
I get it.
But we're passionate about each of those no matter what. You there? You on board? But it's what we do with these things that we find passion with that's going to be the most important, because the next card is the Two of Wands, which is about, in this sense, cultivating what other things in your life you're passionate about, and analyzing, do you feel the same way? And if you do, combining those energies together to present something outwardly. So say you have a great business idea come to you and you get really passionate about it. Well, what have you done in the past that you were passionate about, and how can you take that into this new passion? And when you are developing it for, a public forum, and I don't mean that in like you're giving a speech or something, I mean like introducing it to your friends and family, public forum. How do you want it to be seen? And how have your past passions affected the way you're going to approach this? So say this is your like 33rd new business idea that you're really passionate about, but the previous 32 you didn't do anything. Well, figure out why they didn't work before you take this into an open area and share it with people. So, yeah, slow down. And then just kind of observe, see what's going on in your life and what you're trying to accomplish. And if new ideas pop in, let them pop in and pursue them if you feel passionate.
I realize I do this. Like, when I left my full-time work, that gave me the freedom. So, like, I started with Ordinary Pioneer, which is like the wellness and the yoga and the Reiki and healing and all that. But then I missed working with technology. I missed video production. So then I started to incorporate that more. And then I'm like, having like art is very important to me, and using art and creativity. And then thus birthed the Art Fest and, the crafting things that we do here. I wonder if that's why I feel so peaceful about my like career life choices, because I set it up so I could incorporate everything that I love into like one thing. And not that it necessarily needs to be copy and pasted like that for everybody, Because before then, like I would do, I'd have my yoga practice, but that would be separate from my work, which was more in technology, would be separate from like the artist in me, which didn't exist at the time because I didn't have time to do that. And another thing that's coming through too is my word for the year is productivity, and what does it actually mean to be productive? And it's not getting more done, it's being mindful and choosing what really needs to be done, but more importantly, what we want to see done, what we want, working towards not the end result, there is no end, but working towards our goals and our visions and our desires, and letting everything funnel into that versus, it can be a trauma response to add more to our plate because we don't want to slow down. We don't want to reflect. We don't want to integrate. So really being mindful about, is every choice that I'm making, pushing me towards that vision, that desire that I have, or is this extra stuff that's distracting me and stressing my mind out and causing illness in my body? That's what I think anyways.
What do you think?
Tell us what you think.
Folks.
We need a transition sound. Like, I have Reading Rainbow stuck in my head. I'm so sorry, but I may be singing it throughout the day. But the transition sound?
Be here.
It's like, da-da-da. Like they read a story and then they're like, oh, here's the story, da-da-da. And then it moves on to the next story.
All I
and they're
have
like,
is the song in my head.
We need a da-da-da. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Anyways.
Geordie LaForge.
Is that the guy? The guy that was
his
on
character's name
Star
on
Wars?
Star Trek.
On Star Wars?
Get out of here.
Let's meditate,
Your
shall we?
false ignorance doesn't fool me.
I love using false ignorance. Sometimes it's real ignorance, though.
It's called trolling.
But it's my trick because then nobody knows.
She's serious about that Star Wars thing?
Keep people guessing. All right. Let's settle our bodies in. This is the part of our day where we don't do anything. We can be here in stillness. And we can be here without using our voice. And we can even be here without thinking all of these thoughts. And so we're going to take a little reset, cleansing. And anytime a thought comes in, see it, realize its presence, and then shoot it out into the ether. Don't watch it go. Don't wonder if it's going to be back. Just release it. And then inevitably another thought will come in. See it, acknowledge its presence, and then send it out. And then the more you sit with this practice, the more space you'll notice in between the thoughts. This sort of floating nothingness. And then when you're ready, shift your awareness away from the mind into the heart. Never mind that the mind keeps thinking. Let it run in the background. But fixate your awareness on the heart. And then repeat to yourself, I am here. I am here. And you can say this to yourself a few times as a reminder. And then let that mantra go and be here. Should the thoughts of the mind sneak in, that's okay. Return to the heart. I am here. If you find yourself deeply connected and you want to stay here, I invite you to turn your phone off and be here for as long as you'd like. When you're ready to come out, deepen your breath. You can continue to remind yourself as you breathe, I am here. I am here. We'll bring our hands to prayer in front of the heart center, bowing down towards the heart to honor the light within. And as we honor the light within our individual selves, honoring that same light within all beings. And what does it mean to honor? Let's go with that. Honor means to bow down to others, to that light, that God light, the sacredness of all beings. Not to judge, not to fear, not to separate ourselves from, but to realize unity within all beings. And that in itself can be difficult as we have disagreements. But this is the practice. Loving one another unconditionally. That is what we are here to learn. May all beings be at peace. Namaste. So that is a practice that I use when my mind starts to run or I lose sight of what I could be doing, when I find myself stuck or distracted, when I feel concern, anxiety. So use this I am here meditation as often as you need to throughout the day. And the more you practice it, the more you can use it simply by saying I am here and dropping right into that space. That becomes kind of like Pavlov's dogs with the bell, and it can take us into a more grounded state of being in an instant. So I invite you to practice. And then let me know how that works for you, or if there's another practice. Feel free to put in the comments what has helped you when the mind is running, when you're in your workaholic state of being and accomplishing all your tasks, but maybe feeling a little bit frazzled. What is your personal practice that has helped you? Let us know.
Is your mind running?
No, not right now. Oh,
well, you better go catch it.
No, you can't. It doesn't work there. It does. Anyways,
enjoy your week, folks. We
Yes.
hope to see y'all sometime this
Come see
week.
us.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a good day.